Hello everyone, this is Virginia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have Sagwa with me again. You guys met her in the last video if you guys watched. And so now that she's a little bit more comfortable in our house, I wanted to tell you guys the story about how we got this little kitten. Alright, so actually originally we did not plan to get this kitten. We actually were trying to get an older kitten, probably about 5 months old, and she was also a street kitten, but a little bit older, and she looked like a Siamese because it's always been my dream to have a Siamese cat. It doesn't have to be a pure breed, of course, because as you guys can see, Sagwa's definitely a mix. If you guys have watched the American cartoon called Sagwa the Chinese Siamese Cat, that is what her name is based on, because I loved that show so much when I was a kid, and I thought Sagwa was so cute, and her siblings too, and even the parents. So I'd been kind of wanting a Siamese for a while, and eventually my husband Logan was like, you know what? We should get you that Siamese. So I started looking, and we were contacting a lot of shelters around here, but because Siamese are such a popular breed, they would always get adopted really fast, which is really good for the cats, but for me I was getting really discouraged. And then I don't know why, but for some reason I decided to look on Tangun or Carrot, which is kind of like a Craigslist type of thing in Korea where you can buy and sell used things, but they also have a place to talk about like current events in the neighborhood. So I literally just typed in Siamese cat in Korean. I just typed Siamgoyangi, and then one came up, and it was that 5-month-old kitten that I was talking about earlier. And she looked so beautiful and so cute, and people said that like she was either abandoned or maybe a street cat, and she seems really sweet and doesn't seem to have like any other friends, so like is this someone's cat that got out or something like that. And then people in the comments were saying like, oh, we've been seeing this cat around for a while, and we don't think she has an owner. So I was like, perfect. So I went on the cat hunt, and the location where she was found was about like a 40-minute walk from where I live. So I walked there 3 days in a row trying to find her, and I finally found her. It felt like looking for one of those rare Pokemon, like Suicune or something like that. That's how it felt when I saw her. I was like, oh my gosh, it's really her. So I had brought like the cat carrier and then some food, because you know, what cat doesn't love food? And so she was really close. Oh, Eugene's interested in the camera. So she was really close to coming into the cat carrier, and then a woman came up to me and she was like, oh, what are you doing? And I thought I was gonna get in trouble or something. Oh, Eugene. I thought I was gonna get in trouble or something, so I just said, oh, I saw like on Carrot that someone posted that this cat was abandoned or a street cat, so I wanted to take her home. She was like, oh, like I'm the person who's been taking care of these cats for a while, and no, she lives outside, and you know, actually she doesn't really have any friends, so maybe it would be good if you take her home. And so we tried, but she was a little bit too scared to go into the carrier, so we were like, okay, we'll try again like the next day. Oh my gosh, Eugenia. Anyway, so we kept trying, we're having not much luck, and then I contacted one of the vets nearby, and they do TNR, which is trap, neuter, release. They do that program for like where I live, and so they were letting you borrow the traps if you want to individually trap a cat, bring it in, get it fixed for free, and then you can take it home. So I borrowed that trap and I tried it again, but this cat did not love food as much as most cats, so she was not like that interested enough to go all the way into the trap. They kind of have to go like pretty far into the trap, and she wasn't like that curious. So then I have some friends that I used to work with, and they're both apparently really good at catching stray cats. They used to do it a lot in South Africa. So they came to help, and we tried a couple days in a row. At first we couldn't find her. Then we did find her later. Oh, I forgot to mention, a couple days earlier, I did grab the cat and tried to put her in the carrier, but she did not like that, and she scratched and hissed and ran away. Apparently she didn't come back for 2 days to eat. So she was already scared of me, right? That's why I got my friends to help. And so the friends, they found her, but she ran away again. She was very elusive. And so then the next day I was like hanging out in Seoul with some other friends, and they really were dedicated to the mission of catching the cat. So they were back and looking around, and they sent me this picture like, oh, we found these little kittens in a bush, and this one looks like a Siamese. Would you like this one instead? Because we can just like pick her up and it will be very easy. And I was like, oh, but like I had already promised the carrot community that I would be adopting the other cat, so I felt like kind of bad about that. So I was like really thinking about it on the way back to go meet up with them. And when I got there, they told me that apparently she had tried to grab the cat, or like they were trying to grab her, and she jumped and scratched her face and ran away. And apparently she like hit her head also on the glass door, but she's okay. I've confirmed she's still okay, so don't worry. But yeah, they were like, maybe we should just go for the kitten. And I was like, you know what, that's fine, because at least this cat, like, she's old enough, she can take care of herself, and it's starting to get cold outside. So we decided to go and grab Sagwa from the bush, and we grabbed her. Her mom was there, and then her 3 siblings, and the mom and the 3 siblings are all black and white, and Sagwa was the only one that looked like a Siamese mix. As I was researching online, it looks like if a cat has a like Siamese trait from like their ancestors and they mate, it is possible for them to look Siamese. So apparently that's how Sagwa was formed. So we took her to the vet and got her checked out, and she tested negative for like the common feline like diseases, but we still were like, oh, we should like, you know, separate her from the other cats, because Eugene had a very hard time adjusting to Saechomi when we first brought her home. They were fighting for 8 months straight. So this time we were like, let's avoid that. So we put Sagwa in our bedroom. She was really skinny and she had been starving basically. So we just fed her so much. Like she just kept eating. She wouldn't stop eating. So we fattened her up, as you guys can see. And then the next morning I gave her a bath. And I did find one little flea attached to her cute ear. And I pulled it off, and thankfully there were no others, and no others have been found since. So I guess that was the straggler or something. But she did have a problem with her eyes that we didn't realize until the next morning. I went in there to feed her, and her, I guess, her right eye was completely white, as if it were blind. So I was really afraid that like she was so traumatized that she lost her vision or something like that. But apparently she just had like an infection, and so I took her to the vet, and they said she probably has like feline herpes virus or something. So we've been putting eye drops on. For a week we had to put eye drops on her eyes 7 times a day. Oh my gosh, it was so many times. We had medicated eye drops and then just the standard eye drops just to help flush out the like, I guess, infection or something. So that was really hard, but she really put up with it quite well, and we really fattened her up. And then after 1 week, we got her her first kitten vaccine. And so now it has been about 2.5 weeks that we've had Sagwa here. And after the first week, she became obsessed with Eugene. Like, she loves Eugene. I guess she sees him as almost like a father figure maybe, because he looks a little similar to her mom. We're thinking maybe that's why. She does not care at all about Saechomi. They're just cordial with each other, but they're not excited to see each other. But she and Eugene, she loves him so much. She loves to play with his tail. And sometimes she bothers him too much. He'll start like hissing or like swat at her, but he's still relatively gentle with her. I think he knows she's like a little baby. So he almost seems like he wants to take care of her. It's really cute. And so it looks like now they like to play together. She's played with Saechomi a bit too, so she's really settling in well to her new house, and we're really happy to have found her and given her a nice home, especially since she was obviously like malnourished and things like that, so we're glad that we were able to help. Unfortunately, the other kittens are still outside, so hopefully someone else will go and adopt the other kittens. But yeah, Sagwa has been through a lot, but she is a cute little kitten, and I'll keep you guys updated on her condition. So if you guys have any questions about what it's like taking care of cats in Korea, I did make a video about it, but if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And let me know if any of you guys have also watched the show Sagwa the Chinese Siamese Cat, because it was a classic. Let me know if you guys know that show. Alright, so don't forget to subscribe for more fun content and for more kitten content. And here is Sagwa. Alright, Sagwa, say goodbye. Bye bye.